We did want to take a moment here. Halftime of the LaSalle versus Bishop McDevitt game. Football is very important in the LaSalle community, but some things are a lot bigger than football. And one of those things are some of the folks that are involved in this community and have made this program what it is today. And right at the top of that list is Drew Gordon, 14th head coach in LaSalle football history. He passed away early this week. Drew Gordon was a wonderful man, a guy who was always willing to give us time to speak with him about the team, to reminisce on old memories, or to reconnect with one of his players and to show them the ropes, or to give them advice on whatever stage of life they may have been in. You know, I know for me personally, having a chance to see his teams both as a student and then as a broadcaster, have a lot of respect for Drew, his family, his son Brett, who was involved for many years, and my heart is with them this week. We had an opportunity to speak with several of his former players, Drew Gordon's former players, including 3 of them that won the state championship in 2009, the first state championship in LaSalle football history, and the first football state championship by anyone in the Philadelphia Catholic League. He was a great man. He was a better man than a football coach, and he will be missed by so many.
Sorry to hear about Coach Gordon, aka DG. Today, I wanted to send in a quick video to mention how great of a person he was, how much he meant to me as a coach, as a second father figure. He was a man of many great traits. One thing that really always stuck out to me as a player, as a alumni, a person that always stayed in touch with him was, he was always holding people accountable. That's one thing I took from him as I move forward into my life and career, as holding yourself accountable, holding other people accountable, always looking to better yourself and master your craft.
I want to take a couple of seconds here and express my condolences to the Gordon family for the loss of Coach Gordon. My name's Joe Wade. I've been a coach off and on at LaSalle since 1994. Drew Gordon is the person that hired me to work for him on the offensive side of the ball under Coach Kalistra. We had a nice run there in the 90s under Coach's leadership. He's an extremely driven person, pushed me and our team to be better than our best always was working hard to push the kids on and off the field, which I always found to be very, very refreshing. And some really neat stories about Coach. He didn't care what type of recruit you were coming into school. He had the same line, hey, we have 4 people just like you. The best players are going to compete and play. And the reason he gave that message was he didn't want to make promises he couldn't keep. And he also wanted to reward the kids that worked the hardest. Coach, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to work and learn under you. We had a lot of good times together. I was blessed to get to know your family and get to know your wonderful son, who taught me a lot as well. And I'm going to miss you, and just can't be more grateful for everything you did for me, and how accepting you always were to my family, and to my boys were the ball boys and the water boy, and to my daughter Carly and my wife Janine, how great you were with them. So you will be missed, and my condolences to the entire Gordon family and to the LaSalle community. Thank you.
This is Anthony Cognetti. I had the distinct privilege of playing linebacker for Coach Gordon on the 2009 state championship football team. The news of Coach Gordon's passing was devastating for me as one of his former players, and for the entire LaSalle community. He'll be missed dearly, and he definitely instilled in his players all the great qualities of hard work, discipline, dedication to the team, and thanks, Coach, for everything.
When I think of DG, I think of LaSalle football, not just because of all the wins and the state championship, but because he really defined what LaSalle football in the community is all about. Being hardworking, being persistent, disciplined, and caring about those around you. He was a hell of a leader that demanded the most from us on and off the field, and he pushed us to our full potential. And those are just some life lessons that I've taken with me throughout my college career, but also in the workplace today. And I know that goes for the same for my teammates. I met with DG for breakfast a few months ago, and we sat in a diner for about 2 hours, just reminiscing on LaSalle football memories, the good and the bad. But one thing that really stood out to me was that during that 2-hour period, he asked me about probably every single player and how they're doing and where they're at today within their life. And he truly cared about us as players, but also as people. And that's one thing that I'll always take with me, that he was probably one of the most caring people out there. Bob, appreciate you putting this video together. DG, love you, miss you, and we'll talk again.
Really appreciate those guys taking the time to give us their thoughts. They lived it day in, day out, practice, game, off season, with the legendary Drew Gordon. Drew Gordon, 5 straight Philadelphia Catholic League championships, the first state championship in school history here at LaSalle. He is a member of the Hall of Athletics as a coach. His son Brett is a member of the Hall of Athletics. And his most proud moment as a coach was 2 years ago in 2021 when the 2009 state champion LaSalle football team was inducted as a unit into the Hall of Athletics here at LaSalle, forever immortalized as one of the great, and to this moment, the best LaSalle football team in the history of the program. Drew has done so many great things. He's involved some wonderful coaches. You heard from one of them there. Joe Wade, who's been with Drew and involved with the LaSalle football program since '94, just like Drew Gordon was. John Steinmetz, the head coach of this team, was the longtime defensive coordinator under Drew Gordon. And Brett Gordon, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach at times, and a LaSalle legend in his own right, from his wonderful play at the quarterback position and how he's given back to these young men. The Gordon family is a special one. This is a tough loss to the LaSalle community, and more so for those individuals that played for him, that sweated and bled together in pursuit of one common goal. Drew Gordon, we will miss you. Thank you for everything you've donated and you have done for this LaSalle football program. You're one of a kind.